This is not a stand-up show. This keep your expectation low. This will end terribly if you take me too seriously. I'm obsessed with possession because I had too many sessions with a priest during confession in which I felt so much oppression. And this is why I choose the exorcist as profession. You know? Okay, welcome tonight. Thank you for joining to our second quiz. Quiz night. Every Friday we try to make a little quiz. And last week we had Eurovision, contest song, and fashion. This week the topics will be exorcism and taxes. But I suppose that you're wondering why exorcism? You know? Well, let me tell you that the devil let's see together what happened. This is a evil enemy. Clearly, it is an evil enemy. This was signaled to me from Amsterdam. And look, this parrot is clearly possessed. So, what happened? Well, if he's possessed, he does need an exorcist. So you cannot resist. You also need an exorcist. And that's why we have with you tonight. So, let's start immediately with the first question, or actually, let me explain you a little bit how it will work. So I will ask you some questions. Every question has multiple choices, A, B, or C, and well, just write in the chat what's your best guess. I will ask you the question. You will write the answer, and then. And then what happens? And then we will check together the answer. At the end of the evening, we will check together who won the contest. So let's go immediately for the first question. Let me see. So the first question is going to be this one. Of course, talking about exorcism, we cannot avoid to talk about Vatican City. So the first question is obviously about it. You have 60 seconds from now. So Vatican City hides many curiosities. Which of the following statement is false? Okay? So there are two statements that are true and one that it is false. So A, Vatican City is the second country in the world for per capita wine consumption. Is it true or is it false? B, citizenship lasts only 5 years and needs to be renewed by approval of the king. Is this true or is this false? And C, Vatican City is a hereditary monarchy. So it is A, it is B, or it is C. You still have 20 seconds to write your answer in the chat. Okay? Please, what it is for you. It is the second country in the world for per capita wine consumption. Citizenship lasts only 5 years and needs to be renewed by approval of the king. Or Vatican City is a hereditary monarchy. Oh, time ended. Time, citizenship. Yes, I know, I have the Zorro Z. So, what is it? Okay. Now let's go and see together what was the real answer. But for this, I need to ask the consultancy, or I need to ask what's the real answer to our friend Professor. Let's see. I know that seems absurd, but the only false answer to this is that the Vatican City is not an hereditary monarchy. You know, come on, the Pope cannot have any son, so it's not that the kingdom can be passed from father to son in the case of the Pope. So that's not really allowed by the laws of, I don't know, but it's not allowed, trust me.
Anyway, it is one rare case of theocratic, absolute elective monarchy. So the king, that it is also the pope, is actually voted and elected, like the prime minister, the president, or Miss Universe. Yeah, he's more or like the same. And they also call him the king, the Pope King,
What do you say?
the King Pope, the King Bling, you know, lot of God.
Okay, so the correct answer was C, because Vatican City is actually a theocratic, absolute elective monarchy. So, yeah, congratulations to a lot of people that I see voted for C. I'm sorry, Elia, you voted B, but maybe you will be luckier in the next question. So, let's try. Okay, let's go to the next question.
The correct answer is having your name published
Oh,
in
one
the list
second,
of
sorry.
tax
Of
defaulters.
course,
Practically,
start
this is the
immediately
only
making
real
mistakes.
punishment here
This
in
is
UK
work
because
of the devil.
it's
If
very,
something
very
doesn't work, it's
shameful
not
for
my
people
fault,
to have
but
their
it is the
name
devil
published,
that
but
is
no one is
trying
exempt
to be
from
here.
this. You know, if you have committed tax fraud, your name will be in the list of the tax defaulters on gov.uk.
Sorry. Sorry. Haha. I made a little mistake, but doesn't matter because all this is a test, so you are all here with me, cheering up for me. I know that. So thank you for your patience, and let's see. Let's see the second question. This is still the question 1, and we need to go to the question 2. Okay, again, the question 2 is giving me some problems. 1 second, sorry. Questions 2 doesn't really want to come up. Oh, no. Here it is, the question 2. Between the penalties that you can get for tax fraud, yes, which in UK you could. So between the penalties that you can get for tax fraud in UK, so this is a taxes question, A, you could have your name listed in the list of the tax defaulters published online, or B, you could be jailed for up to 10 years, or C, being restrained in a stock in Piccadilly Circus. The stock is what you see in the picture here. So between the penalties that you can get for tax fraud in UK, what is the only real punishment that is actually applied here in UK? You have still 20 seconds. A, you have your name listed in the tax defaulter published online, or B, being jailed for up to 10 years, or C, being restrained in a stock in Piccadilly Circus. So try your best. Okay, 0. The countdown is finished, so please stop the questions. Thank you, Dave, for the support. So now that we have finished the questions, let's see what it is the real answer.
In the list of the tax defaulters. Practically, this is the only real punishment here in UK because it's very, very shameful for people to have their name published, but no one is exempt from this. You know, if you have committed tax fraud, your name will be in the list of the tax defaulters on gov.uk. Even the Godfather had his name published there.
And this is absolutely true. You can go on gov.uk and find the current list of deliberate tax defaulters. And our friend, the Godfather, is here. Okay, so let me come back. Yeah, so did you got it right? Did you got it wrong? What's the situation? I'm not really able to follow the chat because there are already too many things going on here, but I'm sure that you are following it. So we did the first question, we did the second question, and now let's go. Okay, this is a dramatic moment because we are really going into esoterism and exorcism. So the next question is, what is the real statement? So practically the CEO of Vatican City, so the chief exorcist officer, said this during an interview. So you still have 60 seconds. What did he say? Which statement is true? A. Practicing yoga is satanic. It leads to evil, just like reading Harry Potter. Or B. Being vegetarian is satanic. It leads to evil, just like consuming drugs. Or C. Reading comics is satanic. It leads to evil, just like pronouncing blasphemy. You still have 20 seconds, 27 seconds. The beep is terribly loud. Okay, I'm turning down the countdown a little bit. So look at the clock when that will arrive at 0. So what is satanic? Practicing yoga, being vegetarian, or reading comics? 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop to the answer. Please, Jessica, write something to stop the answers in the chat. And let's go together to see what was the real answer.
A statement was made by the Vatican's chief exorcist calling yoga the work of the devil. 86-year-old Father Gabriele Amorth, who says he's cleansed hundreds of people from evil spirits, went on to say the stretching exercise is satanic because it leads to Hinduism and a false belief in reincarnation. He compared the workout regimen to Harry Potter, promoting black magic.
Okay, so the right answer was A. Practicing yoga is satanic. It leads to evil, just like reading Harry Potter. So, you know, if you practice yoga, you could need an exorcist. Call me. And the same if you read Harry Potter. If you liked Harry Potter, you are in great danger, so you need an exorcist immediately. If you didn't like it, it's still okay. But personally, I did liked it, so that's why I decided to become an exorcist. So, yes, we did the yoga question, and now it is the moment of another taxis question. Sorry, the taxis question is: what are the biggest advantages for opening an account in a tax haven like Panama? Anonymity, A, or B, you can become an angel investor, or C, the interest rates are higher than in other countries. It is both. It is A, it is B, or it is C, anonymity, or you can become an angel investor, or the interest rates are higher than in other countries. So what are the biggest advantages for opening an account in a tax haven like Panama? Talking about exorcism, devil, and hell, of course we had to talk about heaven. So what are the biggest advantages for opening an account in a tax haven like Panama? We still have 20 seconds, and I see the answers in the chat storming. Thank you for participating. I'm very happy with that, so thank you for your collaboration. Okay. Sorry, the music was too loud, but it is nice. So countdown. So let's go and see what our expert says about this.
The hard truth is that you can become an angel investor even if you don't have an offshore account, even if it can help. Anyway, I don't remember. What was the question?
The question was, what's the biggest advantage of having an account?
So the correct answer was the first one, anonymity. Oh. Yeah, because the first step to become a tax frauder is be anonymous. Nobody should know where your money are. So in an offshore account, you can open an account in an anonymous way. So that's easy. Step one to become a tax frauder. Put your money in an anonymous account. And that's as easy as that. The simple reason for which it is safe is because nobody knows that that account is connected to you except the bank where you put your money. and they are not allowed to tell anyone. So anonymity is the biggest advantage to put your money in a tax haven, offshore. I'm not suggesting to do so, but that's how they do it.
Well, offshore and for sure. No, thanks, Professor, for this. So the right answer was A, anonymity. So I'm reading in the messages that in the messages I'm reading that the music sometimes is too loud. Well, I'm trying to see if I can put it lower, but I'm not really sure. So now let's go for the fifth question. So we talked about the CEO of Vatican City, the chief exorcist officer, and now there is another question about him. So how many exorcisms Father Amorth claims to have done in his life? So Father Amorth is very famous for being the CEO of Vatican City. 60 seconds starter now. So let's see how many exorcisms Father Amorth claims to have done in his life. 70,000, 160, 100,000 or 6,000? I think that let's see, 70,000, 160,000 or 6,000. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so it is very curious because practically at every interview Father Ramos gave a different number, so they are all correct. But in the latest years, he was switching between 70,000 and 160,000. So I don't know what that says about his mental health, because he always said a different number. But he was the CEO of Vatican City, so we have to trust him, no? And now let's go for the next question. Okay, the next question, there is a music that will be very, very, very loud, and I'm gonna put it down, okay? But it has to start like that, because I have invited a friend, a guest, and he needs to explain something to us for the next question, okay? So please bear with me and welcome our friend 50 Cent.
This is, boy, for real, the art of getting robbed. This is how we do Brooklyn style, boy. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P.
Okay, so the question is not about 50 Cent, but 50 Cent is an expert in this practice, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google 50 Cent rapper in Google and you will find out a lot of things to read. But the question that I'm gonna ask to you is, how much money are stored in offshore accounts for the US alone? 32 trillion, 12 billion, or 154 trillion? Okay.
Barely broke as hell. I rob ODB, but that'd be a waste of time. Probably have to clap him running toss the 9. I follow Fox in the drop for 4 blocks. Plotting the jokes up for that rock corrupt cock. What Jigga just sold like 4 million. Got something to live for. Don't want a nigga putting folk through that Bentley coupe. I manhandle case like dope. Get on the ground. You ain't with Mary no more. Where you getting chips from now? I've been scheming on Tone and Poke since they found me. Steve, don't have to wear that platinum shit around me. I'm a klepto. Not for real, son. I'm sick. I'm about to stick
Okay,
break for all that old
countdown finished. So the right answer was A, 32 trillion. So in the US, only in the US, people practically hid, how do you say, did hide 32 trillions of dollars. I know that everyone was thinking more, but apparently we do know only about 32 trillion. And now let's go. Sorry. The music is always very loud, I suppose, but this is a moment very important. We arrived at an important moment of the evening. You need your calculator because we are talking again about Father Amorth, my favorite exorcist, my model, my example. So Father Amorth said that not every exorcism happens when there is a real devil possession. Real devil possession happens only on the 0.2% of the cases, or in the 40% of the cases, or in the 15% of the cases. So, according to Father Amorth, the CEO of the Vatican City, Chief Exorcist Officer, what is the percentage of real evil possessions? 0.2%, 40%, or 15%? This is gonna be very difficult. Dave, yes. The coconut will arrive at your place during the next week. So you still have 20 seconds. So according to Father Amorth, what is the percentage of exorcism included that included a real evil possession? 0.2%, 40%, or 15%? One, zero. Okay, so the real answer, if you can say something, it is real here, is 0.2%. So practically Father Amorth, on over 160,000 exorcism, met the devil 94 times. But that is just a statistical mistake or statistical error. At least that is how they call it in science. So we could even say 0. So he was the main exorcist of the Vatican City, and practically he could just have made some mistakes. So the devil is really there? We are not so sure, but you can't resist. You need an exorcist. Please call me. So I'm here for you, for your evil problems. So let's go to the next question, and I'm ditching the music because everyone asked for it. So boom, I ditched too many things. So the next question is, oh, fishing fish. 1 second, sorry. Yes, sorry. Okay, what is understood by the definition of angel investor? A, an investor that pays special services to the bank manager for low rates. Or B, an individual who provides capital for a business startup. Or C, a treasury manager of Vatican City. So what is understood by the definition of angel investor? This is another question about taxes. A, an investor that pays special services to the bank manager for low rates, a real angel. Or B, an individual who provides capital for a business or startup. Or C, the treasury manager of Vatican City. Still 10 seconds to go. I had a very nice song also on this, but I cannot play it because else I will break YouTube again. One second. Okay, so let's see, and let's go to the our professor to ask what was the real answer.
An angel investor is simply somebody that gives money to a startup in order to start up and start making business. In other times, they were just simply called vulture capitalists. You know, now everything is so nice. Everyone does things not for money. That's not true. They are still vulture capitalists because they want their money back if you go bankrupt. So, I don't know.
Okay, we don't really need the opinion of the professor, but the real answer was A. And now we are going very quickly to the last question. So the last question is about tax increases. This is going to be kind of difficult, 60 seconds from now. So because of an increase of tax rates, what happened in England? A, it enabled the Industrial Revolution. Or B, it helped to create the Magna Carta. Or C, it enabled the invasion of Scotland. What triggered, sorry, because of an increase of tax rates, what happened in England? A, enabled the Industrial Revolution. B, creation of the Magna Carta. Or C, invasion of Scotland. So let's see. Merlin, I said vulture. Sorry for the pronunciation. We still have 10 seconds. So because of an increase of tax rates, what happened in England? It enabled the Industrial Revolution. Or B, creation of the Magna Carta. Or C, invasion of Scotland. Still few seconds to go. Okay, let's see, because even here we have the professor telling us what really happened.
You're right, Toby, again. So practically, King John raised the taxes on barons so much that they rebelled, and the only way to come to peace with them was to grant them some freedom about taxes. So the Magna Carta, as it is that people didn't want to pay the taxes, and that led to freedom. So rebel. No, don't rebel. Is correct to pay the taxes.
Okay, and now we are back. Thank you. This was all. That was the last question. So the winner of today is... Well, I have absolutely no clue because I was not able to follow the chat completely, but I will review it. So if you have faith in me and the taxes, the prize will come to your place if you are the winner. If you are not the winner, your life will continue like usual. So thank you for joining. Next Friday we will do this again, but with another topic. Probably there won't be here the Exorcist. There will be other guests, I hope. But thank you. If I can say goodbye in a way, I just want to tell you, go offline, okay? Go and make a pizza, learn an instrument, water your plants, go to sleep and make a dream. Just turn off the computer because there is no point now to be still here. So thank you for following, and good night. Stay indoor. Take care. Goodbye.